Welcome in to this edition of the Cavalier Connection. I'm your host, Jeff, just me today. And so did want to come in and talk to you guys. We haven't talked to you guys in a few days about the week that was here in Virginia sports and at the Cavalier Connection. We did have a Mincers Moment that we wanted to celebrate. And we're going to kind of get right to that. Our first Mincers Moment winner. We have two winners this week. Andrew Abbott, Cincinnati Reds pitcher, announced or selected to the All-Star team for the National League this week. Excited for that. 8-1 record, 2.07 ERA. I really thought he should have been an All-Star anyway. And but he was a replacement All-Star. Either way, great representation of Virginia sports. So congratulations to Andrew Abbott on his All-Star selection. And then we have Gretchen Walsh, another UVA great. You know, you think about Gretchen Walsh, the Olympics and the awards, and she won another one this week. The prestigious Honda Cup 2025 Collegiate Woman Athlete of the Year. Recognized for NCAA titles in the 50-meter freestyle, 100-meter freestyle, 100-meter butterfly, 9 total NCAA titles, 9 NCAA records, 4 team championships. And also this week, you know, she was nominated for a 2025 ESPY Award for Best College Women's Athlete. So that's exciting stuff for UVA and UVA sports. Great representation of the university. Just like Andrew Abbott's precision on the mound or Gretchen Walsh's perfect form in the pool, Mincer's delivers performance too. Performance, tradition, and pride all stitched into every piece of gear. Visit them in Charlottesville at the corner at the Stonefield Shopping Center or at mincers.com. So congratulations to Andrew Abbott and to Gretchen Walsh. So for this episode, I just want to get into just a little bit of basketball. This week we had good news on Monday. Thijs the Ritter committed to Virginia. You know, we've all been pins and needles waiting to see. Is Thijs going to be able to come to Virginia? And I believe the rumor mill still, as I'm reading, I'm not sure if he has been approved by the NCAA. But I'm expect he will be, considering the fact that he's went ahead and made his commitment. He had pulled out of the NBA draft, where he was a projected second-round draft pick. So, and I think the rumor mill says he may get 2 years of eligibility. But last year on Spain, out in Spain's professional league, he averaged 10 points and 5 rebounds. So excited to get that guy. I did want to run through the Virginia roster right now, just real quick. We know football season's coming up, but you know, basketball is always fun to talk about. And but if you look at the roster, you've got Elijah Gertrude and Carter Lang, who are returners. We're excited to see what Elijah Gertrude is going to bring to the team in this up and down pace. I think he's going to be this benefits him, this style of play. So hopefully, you know, if he can be healthy, seeing those videos of him dunking, that's exciting stuff. In the portal, Virginia added Dalen Hall from BYU, Malik Thomas from San Francisco, first team all West Coast conference, Devin Tillis from UC Irvine, Jakari White from North Dakota State, Ugana Onyenso from Kansas State, Sam Lewis from Toledo, and Martin Carrere from VCU. Freshmen that are coming in, Silas Barksdale, originally committed to VCU's, coming to Virginia. Johan Grunlow from Germany, big man, and Chance Mallory from Charlottesville's own Chance Mallory. So great additions there, we hope. And then also added Thijs the Ritter this past week. So what are your thoughts on this roster? I know one of the big questions will be, how will this team gel? What are your thoughts? It's hard. I mean, you get 10, 11 new players. They got to gel, come together. But is that college basketball now? college basketball is all about the transfer portal and new rosters. And if you look at Louisville's team last year, Louisville, I think they replaced pretty much everybody just like us. And boy, I mean, they were cooking. And the year before, they were terrible. So it can definitely be done. But what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on Coach Odom? We always say embrace the pace, embrace the pace. We were always embracing the slow pace, the defense, the shot clock violations. What are we embracing now? We're going to embrace Coach Odom's pace. He was talking this past week. We're going to get up and down the court. If I'm a parent, he says, if I'm a parent and I see how this team plays, I want my kid to go there and play. It's going to get them ready for the NBA. What are your thoughts? When Coach Jones left UVA and Virginia hired Pete Gillen liked to get up and down the court, full court press, score, shoot as quick as you can. And it worked early, and then it just, it kind of fizzled right on out. What do we think here? I'm excited to watch it. There were some games in the previous few years. They were tough to watch. Our national championship team and a few years prior, the offense was really, clicking. But over the last few years, the offense has been tough to watch. And so I feel like maybe with all the shooters on the floor and ball handlers and getting up and down the court, it'll be fun to watch and guys be able to get into rhythm. You look at Dalen Hall, who's projected to be your starting point guard out of BYU. And this guy, he was he's going to be able to manage the game well, I believe. Over 400 career assists. When you get a grad transfer like this is great experience to get. 3-to-1 assist to turnover ratio, 36% 3-point shooter. I think they say he's good in the pick and roll game. And then you look at this roster, you got Malik Thomas. Coach Bennett was at practice, said that guy's a walking bucket. And he averaged 20 points a game last year himself, so that's exciting. But what are your thoughts on this roster? You look at kind of the depth chart and the way that Coach Odom likes to run, we're probably looking at maybe a 9 to 10 deep roster. Coach Bennett was usually maybe 6, 7. He tucked it in tight there late, and as the season would progress. At point, you got a lot of guys who can handle the basketball. But you're looking at a Dalen Hall. What's Chance Mallory's minutes going to look like, you wonder? And Chance is, they say he's really, shooting the ball well and shooting over guys, at Chance's size, but shooting over guys 5 and 6 inches taller than him. Jakari White, he can really score the ball. Mid-range, can go get his own shot. We talked about Elijah Gertrude. We talked about Malik Thomas, Sam Lewis. They say he can really shoot the basketball, spacing the floor. Thijs the Ritter, having the big men, Thijs the Ritter, who can, the NBA is turning into an international game. So, having that experience, I think he's 22 years old, having that kind of experience and playing professional basketball and being 22 years old, I mean, you can't help but benefit from that. Devin Tillis, they're saying great things about this guy. Johan Grunlow, the young man, or Ugana, who's blocking shots last year for Kansas State in limited minutes. Just exciting stuff. I can't wait for basketball. I can and I can't, because when basketball arrives, football is coming to an end. So what are your thoughts on this basketball team? Make sure to comment on YouTube or on X of what your thoughts are for this roster and what your thoughts are on the basketball team. We love to hear from you. And we know it's football season, so I'm not skirting by football, but we've definitely got some guests coming up here and this summer with the football team. Actually, we have Ball Hawk coming back on, Jackie Franchuli, tons of Virginia knowledge. Jerry Radcliffe, tons of Virginia knowledge and experience. You think about, I think it was on the ACC network, they did the episode on the Barber twins, and they were talking about, and Jerry Radcliffe, I'm pretty sure that's the one he was on, they were interviewing. So exciting stuff in UVA sports, football, basketball, And yeah, let us know what you think. What are your thoughts on the basketball roster? Thoughts coming up for football? I'm gonna give my thought. I give it every week. Virginia was over under 6.5. I was out of state a couple weeks ago. I went ahead and laid my bet down as soon as I got out the state on DraftKings. Hit the over 6.5. Wish I got it earlier. I think they opened at maybe 5.5. I feel like that was free money. But with this schedule that they have and the additions to this roster, and the money that was spent, I'm excited to see what happens this year. And I do want to shout out the CavalierConnection.com, our website. Tons of articles to read. There's another one that will be coming out here soon from Jay about the football team, and it's talks about what if Virginia finishes 6-6 this year. What if? It's a very interesting thought process, a good one to read. I'm not going to spoil it, but it's definitely something to think about, for the coaching staff. What if? The team was – Coach Elliott, I think, did a great job of building depth, offensive line, areas that we've struggled in depth over the last several years, and adding an experienced quarterback like Chandler Morris. Excited to see what this football team does. But go to CavalierConnection.com. We got articles on there from all sorts of folks. We got Jay's brother has joined in with us, and Robbie's added a few articles, including one about the upcoming baseball draft and the who's that may be drafted and where they may be drafted. Also, every week on Fridays, we have Across the Grounds with Stephen Brindle, former UVA baseball player from back in the 70s, early 70s. And it's great to read his stuff because, it gives us a nice history lesson and how far the baseball has come. But he has a latest one out talking about the past. And he's taking a great look at the history of Virginia baseball. And he was right in that locker room. So pretty cool to read his stuff. But go to thecavalierconnection.com, check it out, check out our articles. And also go to our YouTube channel if you would. It's at the Cavalier Connection Podcast. Subscribe for us. Go to Talk UVA Sports on X, the Cavalier Connection on Facebook. Give us a follow. Give us a like. And, comment on our stuff, positive or negative. We learn. This is all still, I know we've been doing this now for a year and a half, but it's still kind of new. Jay and I are older guys, and so some of this technology and stuff, we do the best we can. But it's our opportunity to talk Virginia sports, and we eat, sleep, and breathe it. Jay says he goes to bed thinking about this podcast, and he wakes up thinking about it. So he's always posting, and so we love to have participation from you guys as well. That's going to wrap me up for this one. I thank you for watching. We'll catch up next week, and let's